Water, water, water. I've talked about this before in my walk and talk videos, but if you are about to start your fitness journey and you're excited, congratulations. And I'm glad that you're taking this step into the best version of your future self. Let me just make life a lot easier for you. Before you sign up for a gym membership and pay for all that excessive, expensive equipment and expensive gear, shoes, start focusing on your, not just your nutrition, but also water intake. What I have found is when I have challenged, okay, when I have challenged people on water intake and focusing on that as a rule of thumb, what's happened is that people cannot simply drink a gallon of water without experiencing discomfort and some challenges around that. If you think about it, a lot of us are actually dehydrated as a byproduct because we're not drinking enough water. And when we are drinking liquids, it's usually sugary drinks, orange juice, cranberry juice, pineapple juice, apple juice, right? These are not pure fruit juices. And I named all of those drinks in no particular order. It's essentially to demonstrate to you is that while they do have water in them, they have a lot of sugar in them, a lot of processed sugar, right? So I would recommend you looking into your water intake as a starting point for your fitness journey that can set the stage for you and make or break you, and also assist you in training and developing the better version of yourself smarter, like in a lot smarter way. Drinking a gallon of water is also something that requires discipline, believe it or not. And it sounds so simple, right? Like people say, oh, 6 to 8 cups of water, which is fine. That's the minimum. But I have found that if you want results, right, to really get the benefits of hydration, it's usually a gallon of water every single day for me. There's about 16 cups. 1 cup of water is not a whole lot, guys. Your body requires a lot more hydration than you imagine, right? Because nearly 2/3, if not more, of our body is comprised of water. And when you look at it, I would say that's your starting point, because that will also not only keep you fuller longer, but it also prevents you from overeating. I would even experiment with this, right? Because you're gonna have to give up processed foods. You're gonna have to give that up if you want. You gotta come to terms with your diet and nutrition plan. And the way you start, the way you get there, is you slowly feed off all the must-haves, right? And I'm talking about all the cookies, the chips, the chocolates and ice cream and all the Doritos. I love all the same things that you like, but you have to feed off of it. And the way you get there is by drinking water. You know, I've actually done a few videos on my channel about drinking enough water and staying hydrated to, you know, kind of cheat your system, cheat your way out of eating bad. Because what we reach for typically, we reach for the bad stuff is because we're not hydrated enough in that sense. So it's very normal for us as Americans, especially in the West, is to pick up something that's very convenient and you just chug it down, you know. But I would encourage you to what to do. What I would encourage you to do is actually prioritize water intake and having at least 10 to 16 cups of water every single day, and see how that makes a difference in your cravings, in your body composition, right? And I would even encourage fasted, intermittent fasting, walking. In that combination, I would give that a go. And then you up your water intake, and all of a sudden, you're going to see your body changing, and you're going to have a lot more energy, guys. A lot of times, we put food in our systems so prematurely, so frequently, that we don't allow our body to rest. Instead, what I would do is, instead of constantly eating and eating and eating, gorging because we're depressed, we have anxiety, we're bored, we're not inspired, or we're simply lazy to even try, is that drink water, sparkling water. Sometimes you need to sit still and observe that glass of water Heck, I would even meditate on that glass of water, right? And eventually, as the day goes, you can even shift over into sparkling water. I mean, that's really good for you. Sparkling water, right, has a way of filling you up because one, it's just cold, but also it it satisfies your cravings in a sense. Some of it, this is gassy as well. So I would rather have that versus overeating, right? This sets up a nutrition plan and segues into now you choosing what you can eat. Because you'll find that when you drink a gallon of water through the day, right, when you're finished, all is said and done, you haven't eaten a whole lot. Instead, you've drank a lot of water and you've flushed out a lot of fat, a lot of stuff from your system. You're going to the bathroom, you're defecating, going to pee, right? All of these things add up over time. And I'm putting a lot of emphasis on just the water discussion here. And I've said this before and I'm saying it again, is our fitness journey, your trainers don't really tell you this a lot, is they get you right into the working out, they get you right into the nutrition plan. All of the above is amazing. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. I just work a little bit differently. I go back to the fundamentals and the basics to make your life easier. Focus on water intake. If that's the one thing you can do before any meal, drink 2 glasses of water, 2 cups, and I'm talking about full cups of water, right? And then try to eat your meal. I guarantee you, you're going to be full. And I guarantee you, you're going to think about what you want to eat. You're probably not going to be able to finish the apple pie or the sugary cereal or the cheesecake or the dessert. And if you do, it's going to be a smaller portion, right? So that's the power. Outside of all the other benefits that water intake, brings to the table, this is the quickest way for you to fight your food cravings, your sugar cravings, to make sure that your overall fullness level is measured. There's strategy behind it, and most importantly, you are hydrated. This is also going to make sure you're going to the bathroom, you're going to the potty, right? Because after all, the goal is to rid yourself of the fat, of all the junk in your system that you've collected, right? To drop the weight, right? To drop the fat, right? To change your body composition. And water is a start. I think it's even better if you can incorporate intermittent fasting into your life and see how that changes the ball game for you. So there's many hacks to all of this, right? But I wanted to stress to you and just hit this home with the hammer that don't get discouraged because you're not seeing the results, and don't overthink this journey either. I think a lot of it has to do with the fact that we're simply not drinking enough water. We're not. The doctors won't tell you this, the pharmaceuticals won't tell you this, your pharmacy won't tell you this, your general physician won't tell you this, a specialist won't tell you this, but I'm going to tell you this is because that's the trick, guys. They want us eating processed foods. It's not in their best interest to tell us stay off of all of this, because then they cannot prescribe us medication. The best medication you can prescribe yourself is drink as much water as you can. And if you're not going to the bathroom and urinating like a racehorse, you can thank me later. But I guarantee you this is the byproduct of prioritizing water. I talk about prioritizing protein and 10,000 steps and all of that, but I think the first step in your journey is getting good with your nutrition plan, getting your mentality right, getting that slowly turning and get that clock working in your favor, where drinking water is the first step and segues into you and kind of assists you. It's like a free handoff that, hey man, now we're ready. Now we are ready. Now we are ready for the good food. Now I'm ready for a change. Because a gallon of water is not easy. For me it is, but I just didn't get here overnight. And I usually fell off really quickly, where I did about 10 cups a day and I would forget and I would switch over to sugar, right? Sugar is what also kind of deters me from wanting to drink more water. That's a very key combination there, is that you need to pay attention to your sugar intake versus your water, right? Generally speaking, when you're eating high processed foods, you are intaking sugar as well, or some kind of glucose, right? There's a lot of the bad stuff in there, and you're not necessarily inspired to drink a lot of water. In fact, you don't drink any water. Alcohol is a big one. I've talked about my abuse with alcohol. That's a big one. That'll keep you dehydrated. You lose a lot of nutrients. And next day, when you rebound, you're just going to be eating all of the junk that you don't need. So why even bother being an alcoholic? If you can feed off of alcohol, you're winning, guys. You're winning. Okay, well, this was a quick run and dirty on water intake. I've done water videos. I'll make sure I link those videos to this one so it goes into a little bit more detail. But cool, it's nightfall. It's nightfall. I got a nice lighting here, and very happy to have my gimbal back. Okay, guys, I'm gonna start heading back to my place, and until the next video, get your walks in, get a lot of water, stick with intermittent fasting, prioritize protein, manage your stress, anxiety, sleep, right? Have a good nutrition plan. Carnivore diet is a way to get there. Okay? Till the next video, Mamba out.